This is Josiah Plays Pillars of Eternity, Season 2. This is the solo evil barbarian campaign. And here we are. Our character, Furia Fire Snake. She is a barbarian. She's very tough, and very fierce, and very evil. She was a slave from Rauatai, and during all of the physical torments and tortures inflicted upon her during her childhood as a slave, her throat was damaged, and she is unable to speak above a grating whisper, which she somehow manages to make sound sinister, probably because it is sinister. I've already earned a reputation of being aggressive, and I've just barely started the game. Alright, here we go. I don't think we have any reason... I heard they fended off another attack on Lord Radric's keep. The crops are blighted, the legacy is upon us, this place is cursed. I don't think I have any reason to talk to Aloth anymore right now. Though the elf's face is a careful mask of neutrality, his eyes are bright with hope. We meet again. What brings you back to Gilded Vale?
Tell me what's new around here.
He utters a dry laugh. Nothing. Though, his gaze strays again to the tree strung with bodies. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
Farewell.
Safe travels. Alright, so I need to go in the inn here. I mean, that's what my quest wants me to do. Seek help for my condition. Get some rest while I wait for accommodations. I need to confront Naunton. I need to speak to the innkeeper about the fact that I saved his...
You ever been to Defiance Bay?
With the roads like they are, I'll stay put.
Careful if you head east. Guards patrol the Esternwood, but not the Black Meadow.
Did you hear the bells? Bad news, I think. The Blackhound Inn... What we've got here. Oh, I see you, little pilgrim's crown thingy. I'm going to take that. Alrighty then. Let's see. We'll explore a little bit more of the town before we... I've got a poleaxe. Before we, go to the inn. You'd think these rains would be a boon for the crops. I would think that. Because crops like water, because they are plants, and rain is water. Those are backer NPCs, not talking to them. Despite the rains, the stalks feel as dry and stiff as a locust's husk. Can't really say I've felt a locust husk myself, so I can't really verify, but I believe him. I like how the water is actually dripping off the edges of this shingle roof and like splashing right here. That's a nice little effect. He used to have a lot more fortune tellers come through. Lord Radric had us chase him off. This Lord Radric's kind of a douche, is what we're getting. Kind of a douche. Kind of a douche, Lord Radric. Lord Radric is kind of a douche. Alright, so that's the Lord Radric is a douche song. In case you were wondering what that sounds like.
Used to have a lot more fortune tellers come through. Lord Radric had us chase him off.
Wait a minute, isn't that the exact same thing? You people are saying the same things. I've heard that already as well. Don't say the same things. I don't appreciate that. You should be saying different things, people. It's really weird. Imagine if you went to a town and you started meeting people and they were repeating the exact same phrases as each other. Like other people from the other side of town. That would be creepy. You keep your distance. I don't want any trouble. You'd think these rains would be a boon for the crops. See, that's another thing that they... Cows! Nox Moo! Cows! Oh, look at these beautiful, beautiful cows. How now, brown cow? My regular viewer, Nox Moo. He's really my most regular viewer. He's here watching my stream more often than anybody else. He has a certain affinity for cows, let's just put it that way. He's very happy to see all these cows on the screen right now that I'm not killing, because what kind of a fucking savage would kill cows? You can kill them, though. I think it starts a whole big fight if you do. People get pissed if you kill the cows. Not that I'd know from experience. Nox Moo moos at the cows. Yep. Why am I not on fast mode? Why am I trotting along like... Why am I trundling along? Okay, these guys are backer NPCs. We're gonna leave them alone. That guy's a fire guy like me. Fire Godlike. I saw a ghost walk through. More locust husk dry stalks over here. Fire Godlike. Hello, other Fire Godlike. Heard that before. You repeat other villagers. I'm just not even gonna listen to you people. They don't want any trouble. Well, I want your gold rot chew. And I'm gonna take it. Nobody's gonna stop me. Because I'm a barbarian and I'm evil. Suddenly, huge lightning enchanted Bardiche wielding cows appear from the edges of the pasture. You know, my character's evil, but she's not a thief. She considers it beneath her to steal from people. Rats scurry behind the sacks. That's not true. I'll steal. I'm just not going to steal when it's inconvenient, when it's difficult. Like right now, I don't want to go through some big pain in the ass to try to steal this crap. Oh, and these are just backer NPCs too. So this is a meaningless house. Loading screens of eternity, even in town. Actually, that wasn't that long. I'll be fair, too. I'll be fair. It wasn't that long. We're going to go to the mill. And we're going to encounter an event taking place. We know there's more grain in there, Trumbull. We won't settle for scraps while you grow fat on our crops. A muffled shouting emerges from inside the mill. The first of you drunkards come through that door gets a shot between the eyes. Gods hear me, Swain, or I'll put you down like a dog. Come away for now, lads, but we'll be back, Trumbull, and we'll have fair prices aboard the Flame. We'll have a reckoning. Against the grain. Got a new quest. These guys go striding off. Against the grain. Investigate the feud. Okay, hold on. I'll investigate the feud, but I'm investigating this settler's arrow first. And any goodies that might be over here. Let's go in and see what's going on with this feud. We'll talk to this miller. You know how I know he's a miller? Because he's inside a mill. An elven man stands before you, his relatively stocky build suggesting a life of labor. His face is pale and drawn, and his eyes wide. Behind him, a younger man and woman exchange worried glances. The miller raises a club as you enter. It shakes violently in his grip. Get back if you value your life. I don't like being threatened. We have that in common, then, Trumbull says, raising his chin a little. With all the poison Swainers dripping in their ears, it's not going to be long before someone decides they'd rather do things the messy way. And I won't let anything happen to my family. Who's Swainer? He's milling about. Nice, Nox. The dwarf.
The one standing out there spreading lies among the villagers. Bastard's been here for decades, and he hasn't gotten any kinder with time.
The miller hesitates, then lowers the club a fraction.
Who are you? Is Swainer roping foreigners into his little crusade now?
What was all that ruckus outside?
Trumbull shakes his head.
Where to begin? Swainer's whipped them up into a froth, going on about the grain stores. Claims I've hidden away most of it. All I do with the grain is sell it. I can't create it out of thin air, and I can't hand it out for free. I pay the farmers for the crops they bring in, and I sell what comes out to the mill. Most of it goes to the Black Hound on the west side of town for ale, and Swainer and his lot sure don't mind that part. You take a look at the fields on the way into town. The crop's blighted.
I did notice the crop was blighted.
And most of what I'm getting from the farmers?
Trumbull gestures to the sacks and containers.
It's gone off, rotted through. I can't pay top prices for blighted wheat, and I've barely got enough good grain to go around. Swainer's howling after things he has no right to.
Maybe I ought to go have a talk with Swainer then.
Miller all but sags with relief.
I'd be grateful if you did. He won't listen to me anymore, but maybe you'll have better luck. Tell him we're all having a hard time of it, and we'll all have to make some sacrifices. We'll be in your debt for it, if you can convince him.
Alright, so when I've done this quest before, I always did it to where I sided with the miller rather than Swainer and his gang, but this time, because I'm an evil fucker, I'm going to end up siding with Swainer, I think.
Well met, friend.
That voice doesn't sound anything like mine. Trumbull nods a curt greeting.
You're back. Have you had any luck with Swainer?
I had more questions about this whole situation.
Trumbull breathes a short laugh.
What's to explain? It isn't very complicated.
We've heard this before.
Seems like a pretty clean story for a messy situation.
Trumbull frowns.
It's not... He pauses. Look, Swainer's always been a rotten bastard. With stores so limited, maybe I save the good stuff for people who deserve it. Ofra, for instance. She's expecting a child. Should I let her starve instead?
Do the villagers know about the grain supply?
Trumbull looks embarrassed.
Some. The innkeeper, for instance. It's better not to worry anyone. I'll be trading for supplies soon enough. If we can just keep things calm until then, we'll be in the clear.
The innkeeper.
Trumbull winces.
I wouldn't drink the ale, is all I'm saying.
I have no more questions.
Trumbull nods.
Was there anything else?
Good day, stranger.
Not yet. I'll be back.
Siaru? My father's a good man. He's always done right by the town. Ufdane? I'm sure father can explain better just what's happened here. A rancid stench rises from this grain. It's mushy and mottled with green. Wow, that's gross times. That's gross times. I don't need to steal their crappy grain. Don't need to steal your crappy grain. Nope, 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 nope. Alright, so let's talk about what's in here. Now, hold on. First of all, we've got this place. Villager. Same thing they're all saying. Everybody's worried about the crops. Now we understand why. These people are one step away from starvation, basically. Cows! Look, it's more cows. It's the same cows, actually, but it's the same cows again. It's cow time again. Cow time again. It's cow time again. Ooh, we found the Black Hammer Smithery. This looks like a good place. I love me a good smithery. There we go. Now I could steal from this place, but it would probably cause some drama. With so much drama in the LBC, it would be hard being Snoop D-O-double-G. You heard those bells? Guess it's bad news. It usually is. We've already heard that. Dunted and Dahl, these swords look ready for the forge. Here's a guard. Shifty little Orlin better watch himself. Zach 1337. Zach Leet. How you doing? Good to see ya. Haven't seen you before. What's up? Cows look like they're eating well enough. Yeah, those cows did look well fed. That's true. Sure did. Sorry, I have to keep at this or Tuatana will have my hide on the rack next. Alright, you just keep on beating that thing. Just hammer away. The bellows sigh into the furnace and the coals burn brighter still. Backer NPCs, we can ignore them. What's in here? Oh, I'm gonna steal your hammer and chisel. The thing is, I'd like to steal from this shop, but if I do, okay, it's gonna cause a big... Oh, that's not... Oh, I can take that. It's a book about Abaddon. The Faithful Abaddon. I already read it multiple times. If I steal, it's gonna start a fight in here. And I'm gonna have to kill the shopkeeper, and then I won't be able to use this shop anymore. So, just being practical about things... There's no... I shouldn't kill him. You've been following my channel since my OG Pillars runs? Really? Like way back when I first started playing Pillars, when it first came out? Like when I did my 50-hour stream of Pillars? That was a crazy stream. On account of Tuatanu's sales, the pages were nearly empty. Let's talk to Tuatanu himself. This Amawa man is of an impressive build, towering above the countertop. His skin is the dusky blue of the deeper oceans, and his thick arms boast corded muscle. Small ears frame a square-jawed face, coated in smeared soot and arcing black tattoos alike. He sounds cool. He offers you a broad smile as you approach. Welcome! You're the first new face I've seen in quite some time. What can I do for you?
Is this your shop?
That it is! Been here near on 20 years now. Seen all manner of things over the years. Good luck and bad. Tuatanu glances at the guard standing watch along the wall. But the Black Hammer smithery remains.
What do you have here?
You come to us at a strange time, I'm afraid. The stock's not what it used to be. But we've fine weapons and armor to offer yet. All forged right here at the Black Hammer.
What happened?
We just don't have the supplies. Been expecting the next delivery for near on a week now and haven't seen a sign of it. Have to expect they were hit by bandits. The road out east is crawling with them. Or my workers ran off with the wagon themselves, maybe, to make some coin. Tuatano snorts. As if that lot would dare. Tuatanu scratches his jaw, thinking. If you happen to be headed that way, maybe you could keep an eye out for a supply wagon. Or my shipment, at least. They'd be cutting through the Black Meadow, I expect. Only good road for it. My VO for the characters made it fun to watch. Oh, thanks, Zach. I appreciate it. I think my VO for the characters is pretty silly and terrible, but I just feel like I have to do it. I just have to do it. As it is, most of our weapons go to His Grace, Lord Radric. Tuatanu glances at the nearby guard. And that's as it should be. But it doesn't leave much for outsiders. We just don't have the iron.
Where was the wagon traveling from?
We send the wagon up to New Haomar with weapons, and it swings round through Logholm and the like to purchase supplies. Shortest route back is through the Black Meadow, and then north through the wilds. Tuatanu shakes his head. Had a trader come through with word they'd made it to Logholm, but haven't heard a thing since.
I suppose he'll reward me well. I'll find your supplies.
Tuatanu nods. Then you have my thanks. You bring those supplies back, and I'll have plenty more to offer you. A discount to start. Oh, and if you find my workers, tell them to hurry it up, or they can take up farming instead. I got another quest, the Smith's Shipment. Gotta go to Black Meadow.
How'd you do?
Good to see you again. Afraid we're still running low on goods, but you're welcome to look at what we have.
Like to see your wares. Please.
Of course! You won't find finer anywhere else. Alright. Oh boy, good stuff, good stuff. A unique pike. I don't have any money, but man, this pike would be nice to have. It's a beautiful thing. Got a stiletto, an arbalest, an outworn buckler, shield, breastplate, mail armor, scale armor, minor rings of deflection. That would be a nice thing to have. A blunting belt would be a nice thing to have. A cape of withdrawal. Bronze horde figurine. Oh, that's where it's all about. That's where you summon the Animat. Expensive, though. Alright, so let's sell some stuff. Like all these weapons. And all this armor. And all this clothing. And this gold rot chew. And these books and hides. That's all we'll sell for now. 776 copper, I'll take it. I don't think I need... I'll take the pry bar and the grappling hook. And that's all for now. That's all for now. Alright, here we go, we're out of here. As we continue to explore Gilded Vale. Oh, it's nighttime. Looks nice. Okay, villager. Same thing as others have said. Villager. Same thing as others have said. There's the mill. Ah, I think this is Nanton's house. We have business here. Ale and beer. We have business here. And that business is murder. You want to know what our business in this house is? Let me sum it up for you in one word. Murder. Alright, here we go. We're about to kill some dudes. Ingrod. This man and woman appear to have been deep in conversation, working at closing two bulging satchels. They move to embrace until the woman notices your approach and pauses, her smile faltering a little.
Good day, stranger.
Can we help you? She looks to her companion, brows furrowing with confusion. Do you know this woman, Nanton? Nanton coughs.
Yes, I think we met in the Vale Wood. I warned her about the bear.
He inclines his head.
Glad to see you've made it. Was there something else you wanted?
You two are in good spirits for people who just lost a friend.
That's unkind of you to say. I'm grieving my husband, in my fashion. I'm only sorry I could not convince him to leave Gilded Vale before this happened. Yeah, your fashion is running out of town with this other dude immediately after your husband died. Yeah, that's grieving as a motherfucker. I'm relieved to be rid of this terrible place. That's all. It's cost me the greater part of my life, and now my husband, and I'm glad to be free of it.
You two seem to be in a hurry.
Well, yes, I imagine so, Ingrid laughs. We're packing for a trip, actually. I've been meaning to visit Defiance Bay, and... She looks at Nanton. Well, in truth, I think I've had my fill of this town. Nanton reaches to take her hand.
It's time for some new scenery, he says. Now I lay it on them. I know what really happened in that bear cave, Nanton.
The color drains from Nanton's face.
I don't know what you mean. I told you the truth of it. Are you accusing him of something? Ingrid looks to Naunton, touching his arm. If this is about the accident, we're both grieving Pearlie's loss, but it was a wild animal's doing. Or was it? Naunton shakes his head minutely. You see a tremble in his hands. What would make you suggest such a thing?
I had a vision in the cave. I saw Pearlie's last moments as he lived them. I saw you cut him with the knife.
That's not possible. Naunton stares at you. How could you possibly know? His hand falls to his sword belt. I left no sign. Naunton, wait. Ingrid raises a hand. I don't know what you saw in that cave, but this isn't what you think. Pearlie, my husband, he was as much a beast as that bear, so it was a planned, premeditated murder. I tried to leave the first time I suffered his temper, but he wouldn't have it. She looks away, expression pained. Naunton, we met, and I knew he had found someone special, someone kind, who cared for me. Please, all we want is to leave this place, to start somewhere else. She looks down at the satchels. We've some coins saved up. You could have it, if you'll only let us go. So normally, I side with them, and I let them go. Seraphina just told them, keep the money, use it to start your knife. She was benevolent. I think even Katie, my barbarian character, let him go. With the fifth option, I don't need your coin, go get out of my sight. But Fury of Fire Snake is evil as fuck. And fueled with a spirit of vengeance. So, there will be no letting them go. Not this time.
These scum die now. Pearlie doesn't get a second chance. You two don't deserve one either.
Attack! Blind fool! Naunton draws his blade. You won't take this from us! Not for that wretch! Fury! Am I getting my ass kicked here? Double jib at the end! Oh no, I barely took any damage there. Vengeance from the Grave, task completed, leveled up. I love when I level up off murdering villagers. That's how you want to level up right there. Task complete. I killed Ingrid and Naunton for the parts they played in Pearlie's death. And I can loot them. And they had a magic ring? Totally worth it. And I can loot their house. Take their silver loose chaise. This bottle of Son Reed is half empty. And they got... Oh man, it really pays off to kill villagers, I gotta tell you. My deflection is so bad. So bad. Alright. So, let's do that level up thing. Magic engagement ring? Yeah, nice. Alright, skills to pay the bills. Let's go survival, let's go athletics. That's it. I get a new ability, a barbaric yawp. No, it's not a yawp, it's a yell. Terrifying yell, frightening enemies in the area of effect. What's better, the XP, the loot, or the thrill of the kill? Oh, I don't know. It's hard to decide. It's all of the above. It's all of the above. Savage Defiance. The barbarian channels his or her own irrepressible determination, regenerating a large amount of endurance once per encounter. Oh, that's nice. That is sweet. Blooded causes the barbarian to lash out when in pain, granting a bonus to damage for as long as his or her endurance is below 50%. Wow! Plus 25% damage while endurance is below 50% passive. That's really good. Wild Sprint. The barbarian becomes able to charge with reckless abandon. allowing him or her to ignore the movement stop of engagement and gain bonus to all defenses against disengagement attacks. 3 per rest, a huge move speed boost, and that's pretty nice too. I kind of want all of these things, but I'm going to take Savage Defiance. I'm going to take Savage Defiance first. For that survivability. So we're going to put that... Let me look at something real quick. Controls... Alright. I'm going to put that on F. And it'll be beautiful. Blooded plus Savage Defiance seems like a really good combo for solo. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Alright, so we are up to a beautiful level 3 from killing villagers. So, life is good. Get out of here. Alrighty then. Well, that's dealt with. Poor Afra is so worried about her child. I don't blame her. Backer NPC. Beneath the vines are crude carvings of a sun rising over 3 stars. That's the symbol of Aothus. Settler's Arrow. This is where I murdered some people before. There's a dare just chilling. Let's get this. Scattered between the roots are bracelets of twine and bead, wilting flowers and notes half erased by the rains. I'm not going to go down into the underground temple of Aothus and do that right now, because it's kind of hard. And I feel like I should wait until I've done some other stuff. I think I've basically explored the town now. Except for going in... Oh, I can go into Offra's house as well. Then I told her that's not the pistol. Yeah, we've heard that joke before. It's really the height of comedy, buddy. The height of comedy. Offra's worried about her child. I think we can get another quest in here. Backer NPCs. Another quest in here, I think. This worn, dog-eared book is titled Travels Upon the Selglass Sea. There is an etched illustration of a vast finned leviathan. She doesn't have anything I want. She's got a cat. Hello, Afra. Have this talk. A dear wooden woman is standing in front of the fireplace, humming a quiet tune to herself, or perhaps to her unborn child, for she is clearly quite pregnant. She turns her head slightly as you enter.
Well met, friend.
Well, finally, I was starting to think. The woman makes a startled noise once she turns around and sees you. Oh, I'm sorry, I was expecting someone else. She gives you a cautious smile. Can I help you?
Nice cat.
Afra smiles brightly. Oh, thank you. She's a sweetheart. Keeps the house clear of mice, too.
Who are you expecting?
My sister, Kalisha. Spoiler alert. We murdered Kalisha ourselves, actually. She's traveling with one of the caravans. She sent a letter before she came.
Said she was going to pay her way by working as a guard for the caravan master. She always was a tough one. She pauses. I don't suppose you've seen her on the road? Or the caravan, perhaps? It's Master Odema's.
Okay, I would love to just be able to tell her, yes, Kalisha annoyed me and I chopped her to pieces with a greatsword. Bob Bear, thank you for the host. Really appreciate that. How you doing, Bob Bear? Good to see you.
I was with that caravan. I'm afraid the rest of the caravan was killed.
Afra covers her mouth with a hand, eyes wide with horror. For a few moments she can manage nothing but a strangled, voiceless gasping, her eyes brimming with tears.
I knew. I told her it was a dangerous path to take. Kalisha was always so certain she could take on any danger.
Afra sniffs.
Oh, my poor sister. I'm sorry, stranger. I can't believe she's gone. If only I hadn't called her here. If I hadn't written to her. She might still be alive somewhere.
Afra's face crumples, and a solitary tear slides down her cheek. Just one tear? That's all you only loved your sister enough for one tear? I feel like I should murder this woman. Insufficient grief. Cause for death.
Quit your sniveling. How are you going to raise a child if you're this weak?
Afra looks up at you with stunned surprise. For a moment, a defensive anger sweeps across her features, and then she lowers her head.
I was never as strong as she was. All I ever wanted was a quiet life, and now there's nobody to help me.
Why did you send for Kalisha?
Afra wipes at her eyes.
I'm worried about the baby, about the legacy. I told Kalisha as much as I could, but all I know is that for a long time now, every child born in Gilded Vale has been soulless, empty. It's happened to so many mothers, and Lord Radric, he's exiled all of them, calling it a sign of the gods' disfavor.
She sniffs.
With my Hathord gone, I don't know how I'd manage if I lost my home, too. I hoped Kalisha could help me. They say Ranga, the old midwife, knows a way to prevent a child being hollow-born. But she moved south to Onslaugh's Compass 2 seasons ago. The journey's too far for me. I can't make it as I am, but I don't have anyone else now with Kalisha gone.
More tears run down her face.
Please, can you help me?
That's a long ways to go. What's in this for me?
I can only offer you coin. But Ranga has many potions and crafts for sale. Maybe you'll find something of interest? So it wouldn't be a wasted trip?
She sniffs again.
I'm sorry, I don't have much. You're welcome to some of my food if you want. I have some fruit.
Fruit? Really? You're gonna give me fruit and expect me to...
I'll think about it if I ever head that way.
Afra nods, though her expression falls.
That's all I can ask. Thank you.
She takes a shaky breath.
I'm sorry, I need a moment.
She turns away, covering her face with her hands.
How pathetic. I do like fruit, however.
That's a fruitless request? Nice, Nox. All that sniffing, I think she has a cold, Bob Bear says. Yeah, she is sniffing a lot. There's a lot of sniffing going on. Alright, I'm out of here. Yes, and I will do your quest, of course, because I like experience points and rewards. But not out of any kind of desire to help you, because my character is evil! Evil! And barbaric. And evil. And savagely defiant. And evil. Alright, let's go into the inn now. The windows are clouded with the haze of accumulated smoke and cooking grease. The Blackhound Inn. Ain't no party like a Blackhound party, because a Blackhound party don't stop. A Blackhound party don't quit. Alright, let's see here. Good to see new faces around. Feels like the village gets smaller by the day. Wish we had some minstrels in here. Some kind of brown slop is congealing in these dishes. It smells burnt. Wow, brown slop. The floorboards are sticky with spills that no one has bothered to clean. Alright, this place is kind of a shithole is what I'm getting. Okay, Pasca. What's up?
Welcome.
Hello, and welcome to the... The innkeeper looks up. Oh, it's you! Tinvrith told us what you did for him. It's such a relief to have him back. I can't thank you enough. Consider yourself a favorite of the house. Discounts on drinks, rooms. Tinvrith said he wanted to whip up something nice for you. He's already back to work in the kitchen. She laughs. So, what would you like? I don't need a room. I don't need help.
I'd like to know more about the Black Hound.
Really? Well, let me see. The actual building's been here for years, but the Black Hound's fairly new. We get a lot of new faces in here, too. Fewer than we used to, I'll admit. Tenfrith's the big draw. I'm sure we'll get the big crowds back in no time. I used to work the tables, actually, until the old owner up and left. Nobody's sure what happened to him. Even left his poor hound behind. That's the name, see? The Black Hound.
That's very clever. Morons.
It's still sitting upstairs, pining after him. Poor old girl.
Someone should put it out of its misery.
Place ended up in my hands somehow. She laughs. My very own inn. A lot of hard work involved, but it's been worth it so far. Maybe you need to get...
Maybe someone should clean up the spills. Cook something better than that slop. How do I end up in these places?
Please, sit where you like. Would you like a drink? Or a room? We have 2 available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by way of a good meal today. She sighs. Unless you're fond of cold porridge.
But I see what you have for sale.
I'm sure you'll find something to your liking. We have the finest cook in the Deerwood. Alright, Darkest Rawatai cookies. Yum. Examino rice pan. Savory pie. Savory pie is nice. Savory pie is very nice. Pearlwood chicken. Only 150 seconds, though. Rawatai sweet pie. Ale, beer, cheese grain. Potions. Carrying around fruit. Of course I am. Would you like to buy a couple of weapons and clothing that I just looted off some villagers that I murdered? Alright, I think I'm not going to buy anything here at this moment. See, if you don't rescue the cook, they don't have all these foods, all these awesome recipe foods available for sale. They only have this stuff if you... Late for dinner. Completed. Pascal was very grateful. Here's the cook that I rescued. Spoons hang by the fire, coated in brownish gunk. Ah, it's you, my savior! He makes a sweeping gesture to indicate the kitchen around you. It's so good to be back! Do not think I will let this go unrewarded. I have decided that you have earned the right to learn one of my most closely guarded secrets. My dearest recipe. After this, you will eat nothing else. The party has gained a recipe, savory pie. A savory pie to keep you hale and hearty. May it serve you well in your travels. Alright. Let's take a look at this recipe. Savory pie. Requires a grain, a beer, and a meat. If you kill him, you can eat his corpse. Can't have everything, I suppose. Yeah, good point. Pearlwood chicken. Duke's own beef loaf. Wow. Beef loaf. How savage. Uh-oh, this is gonna hurt Nox Moo's delicate eyes. Nobody would really eat beef. It's just a cruel rumor. I'll take those things. What's up, villagers? Wish we had some minstrels in here. These people are saying the same thing. You're not an ale. I don't have business with you. Back to Swainer if you have something to say. And then there's Swainer. Totally already forgotten. Orland's server.
Beg pardon, ma'am. Don't have much time for talking.
I've already forgotten what kind of voice I did for Swainer.
Greetings.
Don't know who you are, don't much care. Keep walking, we're not here to chat with foreigners.
Trumbull says you've been threatening his family.
Oh, I bet he has. All nobility, that Trumbull. Two big, strong kids, pure as soul in all a gilded veil.
The dwarf sneers.
Coward sending out messengers to handle his business. Well, you can go and tell him we haven't had a solid meal in days on account of him. And we can't afford a good drink on account of him. But we won't be bullied by some foreigner on account of him.
This guy just loves saying the phrase, account of him. So I could put paid to these gentlemen. Or I could go back. Then again, I really don't like this guy's sass. He's sassing me. And I don't like that. On the other hand, going back and killing the miller and his family sounds more evil, so I'll be going. Hold on. Hold on, we're going back right now. We're going back right now. I want to see what happens if I go back to the miller and be like, yo, Miller. Bad news for you. Hack, hack, slash, slash. Jib, jib, jib. Bad news for the miller. The miller is gonna die. Bad news for the miller. The miller is gonna cry before he dies. Where am I going? Where the fuck is the mill, even? Here's the mill. To the mill! Alright, we're about to kill some family members here.
Good day, stranger.
Apparently I can't, like...
Welcome.
Alright, what happens if I just lay down death upon fools? Absolute wreckage. I've lost a lot of reputation with Gilded Veil, so let's say I do that. Take all this stuff. Now, I have some questions. Are other townspeople going to attack me now? What's going to happen with Swainer? Will he reward me? I don't know if that anything good really happens if you just go in there and murder the miller and his family for no particular reason. Let's just see if anything cool happens here or not.
How do you do?
You again. What is it?
Trumbull won't be cheating anyone anymore. He's dead.
Dead? How'd that?
He gives you a searching look and seems to think better of it.
Blazes. Maybe things got a little heated, but I always figured the old man would come around before it came to anything.
So, who's doling out the grain?
Right, keep calm. We finish our drinks like nothing the matter, and then we grab what we can. Folks hear about this, they'll be all over that grain like rats.
The dwarf nods to you.
Not that we don't appreciate what you've done, but, you might want to be moving on, friend. Between the magistrate and his business with the grain, don't think there'll be much for you here.
Task completed. Got experience, but I didn't really get a reward or anything. I've slain the miller. Perhaps the news will be of interest to Swainer. I slew Trumbull. No, I don't think so. That's no good. Doesn't even make sense that I would go do that, even if I'm evil and shit. It makes a lot more sense that I would beat these guys up for lipping off to me. Oh yeah, how did I get out of fast mode? I don't know. Makes more sense to jib these fuckers.
Hello.
You again. What do you want now?
Saw you outside of the mill. What was that about?
Well, someone fancies themselves a meddler, eh? What that about? It's about Trumbull thinking he's king of the town on account of he's got the mill to his name.
The dwarf's jowls quiver with rage.
It's about him barely giving us anything for the wheat we bring him, and then cutting our purses when we need to buy grain. It's about farmers going hungry while some bastard gets rich off their crops. That's what it's fucking about. Now shove off.
What are you doing in here, then?
What's it look like? Drinking till I forget how much I want to put a pitchfork through Trumbull's face.
Or maybe I have to just be proactive here.
Triple jib!
Triple jib! I just killed 3 guys with 1 swing. First, I crit Swainer for 37. And the carnage off that swing also killed Gaffwin and Brethen. Triple... Well, it didn't jib them all. This one's not jibbed, but triple kill. Triple kill on that last swing. Oh my god, barbarians are fun. Barbarians are awesome. Triple kill. Well, that will take care of that situation. I've slain Swainer and his cohorts. The news may bring Trumbull some relief. Okay. Cool. What we're going to do is we are going to continue exploring the inn and dealing with quests and stuff in town here in our next episode. But that's going to do it for this one. So thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Pillars of Eternity, Season 2.